Hare Krishna. Can you hear me? It seems to be I'm very far away. That's okay, right? Yeah. Yes. So we're gonna use this mic. First of all, I'm very happy to be back here in Dublin. In the association of all of you. I saw Manu in Mayapur. Manu Prabhu was walking around near the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, and recognized him somehow. So yes, this is my third time in Ireland, and hopefully many more. Yes. Mataji also, I think I saw her in Vrindavan. You have been in Vrindavan? Yes. Okay.
So I'll just give us a small introduction about Maharaj. Obviously, many of us have already attended Maharaj's program before, last year and last year. So, but still, for all those who are new, I'll just say something about Maharaj. That Maharaj is in ISKCON since 1984, and Maharaj is one of the senior disciples of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And Maharaj is one of the Diksha Gurus in ISKCON. And Maharaj started his journey in 1984 in Toronto, and has dedicated his life to devotional service, from temple leadership to preaching worldwide. He currently serving as one of the co-presidents of Sri Krishna Balaram Temple in Vrindavan. And Maharaj continues to travel globally in this mission of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we are really very fortunate that from last 3 years, Maharaj is coming here annually during the time of summer. And we hope, as Maharaj said, that we will have more and more association of Maharaj every year like this. Hare Krishna. So let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So can we still chant a little bit, or just yes? I already have one. Give it to Mano Prabhu. Yes, give it to him. Okay. Then I have to go there? No, you can. Already touched. Srila Prabhupada is very merciful. Even in a place like Dublin, Krishna consciousness is being practiced, and hopefully there'll be more devotees who will discover this like an oasis. Dublin is part of Europe, right? Yeah, but it doesn't look like Europe to me. It looks like New York. So many tourists, and yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay, we're gonna chant a little bit. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Putale Shimate Gopal Krishna Krishna Mitami Prabhupada Shasayatanya Prakasha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshakarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaisnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavhanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. I'm going to read from Bhagavad Gita as it is. I have a few questions here that were given by Abhay Giriraj Prabhu. The topics are very variegatedness, so many varieties, but specifically it talks about uh, karma. How many of you have heard the word karma? Almost everybody. This is like a very familiar word, especially in India. Karma is like natural knowledge everyone knows, but maybe in the West or in Dublin, they don't know what is karma. So we're gonna speak a little bit of karma and few other things. And at the end of the meeting, would like to open up for some more questions from you. Whatever you think that needs to be clarified, feel free to do it, to ask any questions, because this is why we are here for. So there's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, Karma Yoga. There are two chapters in the Bhagavad Gita that explains about karma, karma yoga. There's another one. Let me show you this. This one is in third chapter, text 9. But then there's another chapter in the Bhagavad Gita that talks about karma, karma yoga. This is in chapter 5, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. So we'll explain this word or two words, Karma Yoga. Yajñartat karmano nyatra loko yam karma bandhana tad artam karma konteya mukta sangha samachara. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. So, karma was mentioned 3 times here, isn't it? Karma no, karma bandhana, and karma konteya. Tad artam karma konteya. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. I repeat, work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction. And in that way, you will always remain free from bondage. We're just going to read a few words from Srila Prabhupada here. Purport. Purport means elucidation or further explanation so that we can understand the deeper meaning of this statement given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Since one has to work even for the simple maintenance of the body, the prescribed duties for a particular social position and quality are so made that that purpose can be fulfilled. Yagya means Lord Vishnu or sacrificial performances. All sacrificial performances also are meant for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. The Vedas enjoin Yajna vai Vishnu. In other words, the same purpose is served whether one performs prescribed yagyas or directly serves Lord Vishnu. Krishna consciousness is therefore performance of yagya as it is prescribed in this verse. So, one has to work for satisfaction of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. And here, Srila Prabhupada translates the word karma as work. There is what you call karma. Karma is a law of nature that for every action there is an equal or opposite reaction. More of equal reaction. Because if you do good things will come back to you. And if you do impious deeds, then the result is also not desirable. There are three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. And the conditioned souls, that means us, all of us, we are bound by this law of nature. We are bound by the modes of material nature. Actually, when we perform such activities, we are not the controller. We are controlled by the modes of nature that governs everyone. Have you seen a picture of the book, the Bhagavad Gita, different personalities, fruitive actors, and there are three personalities also on the top, like puppets, puppeteers, and each and every person, according to his position in the society, there are strings attached. And then, how do they move? Do they move independently or they move according to the movements of the fingers of the puppeteers? How do they move? By themselves? No. They move according to the nature that they acquired. So seemingly they are helpless. Helpless in such a way that because the dictations of their mind says that the mind is the connection between the soul and the material objects. How is that? So what we desire, the mind also wants to follow, wants to make plans. So the nature of the conditioned soul, and not just the conditioned soul, every living entities, is to be happy. Who does not want to be happy? Raise your hand. I think you're all here in Dublin to be happy, right? Yes? That is the nature of the soul, Anandamaya Vyasa. But there is certain happiness that binds us, that keeps us in the material world. If we become selfish, selfish means always thinking for oneself, for one's own benefit. But then there is karma, law of nature. For every action that we perform, there is also a resultant action. And there is, but this karma, there is a section in the Vedas called Karma Kanda. The Vedas means knowledge. It's like if you want to know who is your father, who do you ask? Your mother. You don't ask everyone this, hey, do you know who's my father? Have you seen him? I don't know who's your father. You look like, oh yeah, I've seen another person looks like you, but not guaranteed that that is your father. So Srila Prabhupada says that the Vedas is compared to our mother. If you want to know who is your father, then the Vedas. Father means the Supreme Lord, Shri Vishnu or Sri Krishna. And therefore, we need knowledge. We need to know what to do and what not to do. Only a crazy person, he will do anything and everything, not knowing what he's doing. So in the Vedas, there are three sections: Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda. Now, Karma Kanda means one who wished to fulfill one's material desire, and he will perform a certain ritualistic activity to fulfill that desire. Prescribed. It's like if one wants to eat meat, you cannot just go to the slaughterhouse or go to the market and buy your meat. There's a certain injunction there that if you want to eat meat, then you should not eat cow's flesh. You can eat meat, but also to the animal that is going to be sacrificed, there is a prayer that you have to whisper, some mantras, saying that this time I'm going to kill you for my own taste buds, for my own enjoyment, but you will also have the opportunity next life, my next life, to be killed. You will be also killing me. This is karma. And no one is free. It's like it says that one who eats meat, there are different personalities who are involved. The one who asked to buy the meat, the one who bought the meat, the one who's selling the meat, the one who's cooking the meat, the one who's serving the meat, the one who's eating the meat. How many? Six? Did I miss someone? Maybe not. It's like if someone would be robbing a bank, the driver is involved. The mastermind, the supplier, so seven, the supplier. The one who kills is the same. So, yeah, so it's implicated, complicated. There's like, that means it's entangling. We cannot say, oh, I did not buy it. I just went to the restaurant. Who's selling? Who is offering? So, no, we are implicated for things that we do which is meant for my own enjoyment. Now, there's a certain enjoyment that one can derive by serving the Lord. And this is what you call karma. Vikarma means unwanted activities that will implicate more and more into the cycle of repeated birth and death again and again. So karma, that means there's prescribed injunction you have to follow. And you still have to pay for it. There is no such thing as karma free. There is a karma free if you perform activities for the pleasure of Sri Panchatattva, Sri Radha Krishna, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, for the pleasure of the spiritual master. Whatever it says in the sastra or the scriptures, how to perform this, and there is a procedure also. We just don't, whimsically think of how we can please the Lord. There is a certain way also. Patram puspam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. If one offers me a leaf, a fruit, a flower, or some water with love and devotion, then I will accept it. So everything that the devotee performs for the pleasure of the Lord favorably is done with love and devotion. Otherwise, one will bind one in this material world. That's why it says here, work has to be done as a sacrifice for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. Otherwise, one's work will bind one. Karmana. One's work will bind one into this material world. So we have to be in knowledge. Mm. You cannot say, oh, to the judge, you've been driving in the opposite side of the street because you came from a country which you are used to drive in that way. How do you drive here? Are you on the left or on the right?
Same like India.
Same like India? You're on the left, right?
On the right.
On the right? On the right. In some places, you're on the left. Where is that? In London.
Not in London.
Not in
mainland
London?
Europe
Mainland Europe?
and US.
So if you're from some other place where you're not used to drive the way you drive in certain country, you can tell the judge, oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness, I'm not used to this driving. Okay. Your excuse. I pardon you. Then second time you're driving again and in a wrong direction than what they used to drive in that country. And then you will be summoned by the court to appear before the judge. And the judge says, what's the problem? Oh, my dear sir, I forgot because I'm used. Okay, you're pardoned. No problem. And then the third time, you did it again. And then you appeared before the judge and you say, my dear sir, I'm really sorry. Do you think the judge will pardon you again? I don't think so. You already know. You already know the rules. You already know the law. So we have to be very, very careful of our actions. It is the duty, especially in the human form of life, to understand this nature. Otherwise, karma will keep us taking birth again and again in 8,400,000 species of life. We're in the kingdom of Maya. She is the predominating deity here in the material world. But in the spiritual world also Maya is there, but not Mahamaya. Here is Mahamaya. Mahamaya means illusion. Material energy is real, but the nature of this world puts us into illusion that we can be happy. And the duty of Maya is to keep us bound in the material world and not to let us out. So this material world is Maya, is illusion. It is real, but why is it illusion? It is temporary. Everything that happens here will have a temporary result unless we perform devotional service. So that's why there is karma. Karma is a law of nature that binds us again and again to take birth in 8,400,000 species of life. But we have to change. There's nothing wrong with the material world. What is wrong is our consciousness. What is wrong is our intention, our desire to be happy here. And it is not possible to be happy here. Bhagavad Gita explains 5 topics. Isvara, the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. He is the maintainer, the doer, and the enjoyer. We are the maintained, we are the enjoyed, and we are the servant. Now, to think that I am the enjoyer, and I am the master, and I am the maintainer is Maya. It's illusion. We cannot enjoy. We can only enjoy when we serve Lord Krishna. We are the maintained. We're all dependents. We are not independent. There is a law of nature. One may say, oh, I can do anything and everything, and no one sees me. It's like here, there is police. Their eyes are everywhere. Looking for the good guys, not the bad guys. We were driving so nicely here, and the police stopped us. We didn't do anything wrong. I told the devotees in the car, why don't they go and look for the criminals out there? And there's no reason to stop us because they're suspicious. These guys are driving nicely, so there must be a bad guys. Come on. They don't have anything else to do except to look for the good guys. So there is what you call law of nature, that it seems to me that no one is watching us. But there is. Paramatma is there, the super soul. Paramatma is one of the features of Lord Krishna. His localized aspect. He is present everywhere. Even if you turn off the lights, Paramatma can still see you. Nothing can be kept secret here. So yes, we are in the kingdom of Maya. So it is our perception that is wrong. It's like we have computers, we have cars, we have all of these material facilities, but we use them for Krishna, and therefore they become spiritualized. I have a computer here. I open it to broadcast what is going on. They know that I'm in Dublin. So they know where we are. And we're just talking about Krishna, and they can hear me even very far away. For others, they will use computer for nonsense. So that binds them more and more. So that means that this seemingly material, made of matter, becomes spiritualized. So this is how we can utilize even the material energy and use for Krishna, for his pleasure, for the pleasure of the devotees, for the pleasure of the spiritual master. Then it doesn't bind us. Otherwise, others, it'll bind them in this material world. So it is very important to read Srila Prabhupada's books. That's why it's called hearing and chanting. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Archanam Vandanam Dasam Sakyam Padasevanam Atmanivedanam. Hearing and chanting. Hearing is very essential, but we have to hear from the right source. There's so many so-called commentators and authors, translators of the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita. When Prabhupada physically was with us, he says that there are 700 different translations and commentaries of the Bhagavad Gita. Even during Prabhupada's time, there is a translation of Bhagavad Gita. It says, Bhagavad Gita as it was, not as it is. And the commentators, they are they're just doing it for the benefit. It's, again, it's sense enjoyment for them. They're very expert scholars, but then they don't know the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. So, along with chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are called the Hare Krishna movement. Why? Because we always chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. Uh, Sometimes devotees, they will chant Hare Krishna even while sleeping. They will remember. Because whenever we chant the holy name, we remember Lord Krishna. There's no difference between Krishna and his name. But Prabhupada says, along with chanting of the holy name, which is the Yuga Dharma in Kali Yuga, this is the means by which one can be delivered from the cycle of repeated birth and death. This is the means how we purify our heart in order to attain love of God. We should also read. Prabhupada says, I wrote these books not just for selling. I wrote these books for you to be convinced. Convinced of what? Convinced of Krishna. Convinced to chant the holy name of the Lord. Otherwise, we cannot be convinced. And it's not so easy. Oh yes, Prabhupada says, it's easy to chant the holy name of the Lord, but it's very difficult to chant attentively. That is the problem. And to chant 16 rounds is not so easy. Focus without any offenses. So when we read Srila Prabhupada's books, it convinces us to chant, to be determined, to be inspired. And then when we chant, now when we read again Prabhupada's books, we relish more the message of the ancient wisdom from the sages of the past. So that's why we have to read Srila Prabhupada's books to inspire us, to give us direction. Prabhupada says, I am present in my books. I am eternally present in my books. Everything you need to know is in my books. That's why we have to read. So now, there's another question here. I'm going jump here and there. Why is it that we all want to be happy, but then sufferings come? We're not expecting suffering to happen to myself, but why is it that it happens? Again, because of karma. And sometimes when a member of our family passed away, let's say a very dear member of our family, let's say our mother. I remember when my mother passed away, I was holding her with my arms. Usually I go see my mother every year. She lived in the Philippines. And as a devotee, because I have my service in Brindavan and I travel all over the world, I will still find some time to visit her. And then one time I was not able to see her for 2 years. And then somehow she was waiting for me. She was not well already. But then because of my service, even though I was in the Philippines, I still have to travel within the Philippines. And I told her, just wait for me. And then I traveled, I went for like 10 days or 2 weeks, and then I returned, and she was there. But then within few days, she left her body. She was actually waiting for me. But because we are practicing Krishna consciousness, and in our movement, Prabhupada has established, the first thing that we learn, and the first teaching that Lord Krishna taught to Arjuna is that you are not this body. Dehinosminyata dehe komaram yoganam chara tata dehantara prapti dhirastatra namunyate. This is the first time I realized that actually we're not this body. I've been practicing, trying anyway, for the last 42 years, Krishna consciousness. I'm sure Manu is practicing more than I do. And I have not had that full realization of I am not this body. Not until when my mother left her body. Her body is there, but where is she? The soul passed on. But I did not cry that much because I knew that she's going to leave her body. I was affected, but not so much. Now, other devotees who doesn't have that full realization, I'm not saying I have that full realization, they will get affected so much that they sometimes, and I met some of them, they will stop chanting. They will stop coming to the temple. They will stop associating with the devotees because they get so much affected. They cannot take it. They cannot handle it. So why is that? Because again, we're attached to this body. And this body may perish any moment. It may perish any moment. So our faith should be always increasing every day in this process of Krishna consciousness. This is not a sentimental movement. It is real. What we are experiencing in Krishna consciousness is the genuine activities of the soul. This is not going to, one of the entertainment clubs. They'll be happy one night, the next day they have hangover, and then, work hard again, and then go back. It's like what Prabhupada would say, chewing the chewed. You know what's chewing the chewed? It's like in India, they have this machine that process sugar cane. And the sugar cane wala is like keep on going and going and trying to, like squeeze. They squeeze as much as possible, whatever sugar is there, but nothing is there. He's still going. And then you're just watching, okay, when will he stop? When will he stop? And this is what we are in the material world. We're chewing the chewed and finding for happiness. But because of our karma from the past, that's why others, they suffer more, or others, they are experiencing material happiness more. But that is temporary. What we're doing in Krishna Bhakti yields an eternal result. We have a spiritual bank account that every time we serve the Lord and His devotees, we gain bhakti points. And it never goes bankrupt. That's why I think the other day I've heard there is a bank in India went bankrupt. Which one is that? Who is HSBC?
HDFC.
HDFC. Oh, sorry. HSBC is big. Hong Kong, Shanghai bank. That you cannot. HDFC? Huh?
No, but it's not bankrupt, but some banking.
Some banking. They lost like $17 billion or something. So your money, whatever you invest materially, it can disappear anytime. And there is no genuine success. But in bhakti, you may not see, Maharaj, I've been chanting for a long time. I don't see improvement. Actually, the reason why you keep on chanting is you are improving. Yeah? Otherwise, you will stop. There must be some taste. But Maharaj, I've been chanting for many years, or I've been chanting for 1 week. I don't get taste. Are you still chanting? Yes. So that means you're having the taste. This is not the same as chewing the chewed. There is a guaranteed success. And in the Bhagavad Gita says, there is no loss or diminution in this process. So we should not lose faith if some reversals come along our way, not we are expecting. Krishna is just testing you, how determined you are to go back home, back to Godhead. And that test actually should make us stronger and stronger and stronger. There's a saying in English, if you snooze, you lose. In Krishna consciousness, you cannot snooze. You should be always awake, always good in observing others. You can learn many, many things if you are a good observer. You just go down and walk. You observe the material energy. It will make you strong spiritually. Don't get carried away by this current. There is a very strong current of Maya out there. Here we are protected, isn't it? Do you feel protected here? But as soon as you go out, Hare Krishna. Now, you have to make your home like a mini temple. You should have a mini example of how is it like here in our temple. Have a good strict sadhana. This is my advice wherever I travel, that the householders, the grihastas, should also perform spiritual life. Not always working. Otherwise, it will drain you up. You have to remain inspired. You have to remain enthusiastic. You have to remain strong. By how? Have even few minutes of your 24 hours dovetailed and used to grow spiritually by waking up early in the morning. What time you get up? What time you get up, Aman? 5. Yeah, that's the right time. 5 o'clock, 5:30. If you go to work, if your work starts at 8:30 and you get up at 7:45, you're finished. That means no spiritual life. That means you have material life. You have life, but not alive. That is material life. Material life means like dead, like zombies. No. So we try to follow these principles, regulative principles: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. Prabhupada says to come to that platform is a human being. That is not spiritual. Now, when you start chanting the holy name of the Lord, that makes you come to the spiritual platform. Now, for those who are serious in their spiritual life, they take guidance and take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And at the time of initiation, they promise to chant 16 minimum rounds. Now, we're not asking you to come to that platform immediately, but this is the guidelines that Srila Prabhupada has given to us. Then that is spiritual life. First, start with 2 rounds. What is 2 rounds? 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes? Everyone has 15 minutes? Everybody has 15 minutes, right? Start with 2. Then you climb up. 4, 6, 8. But don't go down. Climbing up is going up, not coming down again. And offer your food to Krishna. Have a mini altar at the temple of yours. Could be a picture of the Panchatattva or Sisi Radha Madhava. Is that Sisi Radha Govinda in Inisra? I thought that's Sisi Radha Paris Iswara. I'm gonna go in Paris first time in Paris and the chateau. So offer your food to Krishna, chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, follow the 4 regulative principles, read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and think of Krishna always and never forget him. The result? No more karma. Akarma. And the end of this life, you go back home, back to Godhead. There are many more questions here, but I just mentioned a few points. Let me see if I can find more here. Let me see. Says here, try to follow the regulative principles, but my previous samskaras of anarthas are too strong. What to do? Yes, but Krishna is stronger. Prabhupada says, with one kick of my shoes, Maya will go run away. What else here? There are a few more questions, but they're not so much related. But nevertheless, I'm hopeful that you are all able to follow the process. It is Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is so simple, you will miss it. Krishna consciousness, there is no difficulty here. The only difficulty is we don't want to change. We don't want to go to the right direction. We know where is the direction to go to, but we are so attached to our old ways, our old habits, that we're thinking, what if I give this up and really give myself to Krishna? I really want to surrender, but I cannot give up my old habits. What's going to happen to me? Will my relatives laugh at me? Will they push me away? No. Our main concern is to develop love for Krishna. It doesn't matter what the whole world will say about us. As long as I develop love for Krishna, that what matters the most. So I'm very, very hopeful that all of you follows the process wholeheartedly and make yourself perfect to go back home, back to Godhead. This is the real goal of life, not to have a big bank account, maybe, or a big villa, a big place, a condominium somewhere. That's not the goal of life. Even the elephants, they live without, working so hard. Krishna provides everything. Krishna maintains them. As Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, the only thing lacking in this world is Krishna consciousness. So you're all very fortunate. Somehow you have come here, and there is a desire within your heart to really become pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. That's why you are here. Okay, I'll stop here now. Are there any questions or comments? Yes.
Last month.
Okay.
So I think so we've been growing up listening that one needs to have good karma, right? Very recently we have started hearing that the aim is to have no karma.
The aim is no karma. To have a good karma is also bad karma.
So
There's no such thing as good karma.
so my question was, there are certain instances in life where you do have to make a choice which is going to result in karma, right? Like be it every day or knowingly, unknowingly. So what's that one thing that you need to do at the back of your mind along with chanting
See,
that will
yeah,
create it?
yeah. Yes, all of us makes decision in life. Everything that we do, we need to have to make sure that we make the right decision. On our own, we're only gonna be always making the wrong decision because we are in ignorance. Material knowledge is ignorance. Spiritual knowledge, real knowledge. So where do we base our decisions? From the Supreme Lord, Sri Hari, Guru, and the Vaisnavas. The Vaisnavas, those who are more advanced than we are, and the spiritual master, Guru, Sadhu, Sastra. Sastra means Krishna because Sastra means words of Lord Krishna. So we base. And if we don't know what to do or what not to do, we always confer, we always ask, reveal our mind to those whom are dear to us, who are more knowledgeable, realized. uh, And in this way, when we make a decision, then we have some basis that what we're going to do is the right decision. If you don't know, what do you do? If you don't know the direction, you just keep going and maybe someday I'll find the direction. No, you ask. You ask 3 times. Prabhupada says in India, to ask for a direction, you have to ask 3 people. Because in India, if you ask a direction, Sida, Sida. Age. Sida, Sida. Even though the direction is going like this, it says go straight. Just go straight. But no. But if you ask 3 people, okay, you may still get it and not get it, but more likely you will get it. Okay. Anything else? There's a question. What is one thing I should keep in my mind while practicing the Krishna consciousness? Keep in mind always Krishna, for Krishna. That's what you should keep in your mind, that everything that I do should be meant for Krishna. Now, how to do this? Because seemingly I'm working. Let's say you're working. How can I dovetail that I'm doing it for Krishna? Well, the fruits of your labor should not be utilized for your own sense enjoyment. There is a formula. Prabhupada says, according to Srila Rupa Goswami, is that the fruits of your labor, 50% you should give to Krishna, spreading Krishna consciousness, 25% for your family, and 25% for your personal needs, emergency. In some religions, they are compulsory to give 10%. That's still a lot, isn't it? It's like if you have 100 euros, you give 10 euros. Oh no, 10 euros, that's too much. That's not too much. Because otherwise, you will just use whatever you have. Oh, no, Maharaj, this is for Krishna. No. Because you don't know what you're doing. You're in ignorance. But if you just give for Krishna, for serving the Lord and the devotees, karma. No karma. Yes? You have a question? I thought you were raising your hand like this. Oh, okay. Yes. Intelligent lady. Go ahead.
As the question was that, what do you think all the time is Krishna? How do we keep Krishna in our mind all the time? Because, like, suppose we're in work and someone wants this, we get engaged in that thing. So then, how do we, like, how
Try to rephrase what you say.
So she said, Maharaj, that sometimes what happens is we are trying to remember Krishna, but someone asks us at work or at school, and we get distracted for that moment.
Yeah.
So how can we remember Krishna continuously?
You may not be able to remember Krishna continuously, but if your desire is always to remember Krishna, even you are being distracted to not to think of Krishna, that is also thinking of Krishna. Okay, you understand? Because your purpose, your desire is to always remember Krishna, and yeah, sometimes you'll be distracted, but then immediately you go back and remember Krishna. Yeah, one may ask, Maharaj, how can I remember Krishna? My job doesn't have anything to do with Krishna consciousness. Many ways. In the morning, part of your sadhana, you read one sloka from the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. A sloka a day keeps Maya away. You meditate what is the verse, what Prabhupada says in the purport. You the whole day you just, hey, Prabhupada says like this. That is Krishna meditation. Okay. You remember, let's say you went to Vrindavan, you went to different places where the Lord performed his pastimes. And during the day, oh yes, I remember when I went to Varshana. It's like that is real daydreaming. And this is what you call daydreaming. You've heard of daydreaming? Yeah, you're dreaming of illusion. You're daydreaming. It's illusion. But this is not illusion because you've been there. You've been affected. You've been touched from what you experienced. Oh yes, I remember when I went to Radhakund. Such a nice place. That is Krishna consciousness. You remember what your spiritual master, what Prabhupada says. That is Krishna consciousness. You remember, oh, last Sunday, I heard it in the class, Maharaj says like this. That is Krishna consciousness. So that is remembering Krishna. Okay? Prabhupada gave an example. Two workers, they work in the same company. The other one is thinking of sense enjoyment. The other one is thinking of Krishna. But they're doing the same thing. But the other person, a devotee, his consciousness is Krishna consciousness. He's not affected. The other person is thinking, oh, okay, when I get my salary, I will buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. I want to enjoy. The other one says, okay, when I get my salary, I will try to help spread Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. Yeah? Good question. Oh, this one first. Mm-hmm.
Maharaj, I want to ask, you said, beginning of karma, there are people also get karma. For example, you said 7 people will get karma.
Yes.
Now the maid but currently the situation is, for example, some people work in a restaurant where the maid is, they serve meat.
Ooh, yeah. A devotee works in that kind of place? I will not work there. I'll find a different job. Seriously. That is the last thing. The easiest to give up is meat eating. Actually, in the 4 regulative principles, meat eating is the easiest to give up. Yes. Illicit sex, oh, very difficult to give up. Speculation, very difficult to give up. Intoxication is easy to give up. Yeah? So two things that are very difficult to give up. Yeah? Meat eating is easy. So if I work, I should find a job, but everything that we do anyway outside is very it implicates you. So how you become free from implications is that you offer part of your salary to Krishna's service. This is karma yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. If you keep Hare Krishna, you're gonna come back again and again in this material world. And some, they work for their future generation. Oh, my grandkids, what's going to happen to them? I better save for them. Maybe, but no, they have their own karma. You have your own karma. Work on your karma first. Prabhupada says to save others is the greatest service. But greater than that is to save yourself first. That is the most important. Yeah?
Maharaj, the same question which Prabhu asked. There are many students who come here. Few of them are from good family background, which they work part-time or not, they will be okay to survive. But if in case of survival, like there are few students who come from middle income family and they have to work, but sometime in some situation they couldn't get some jobs, and here most of the restaurants or places where they can find some job is somewhat,
to survive.
yeah, somewhat connected to this meat.
To breaking the four regulative principles.
No, they are not eating, but if they are serving there or working there, maybe
then
cleaning there,
purify your salary
and find another job.
and try to find another job. Don't remain in that job, even if it's good paying. It's better you look for a job which is less karma. Yeah?
Related to the same, whatever job we do here, especially for IT, it is owned by whether European or American. They are eating.
Really? Not Russians or Indians? Most of the ITs actually are Indians. Wherever I go, travel all over the world,
They are
in
the
America.
workers, but employ the owner. They are
What do you mean? The Wipro is an Indian, or Google is they're all Indians. You work for Indians too.
CEO is Indian, no?
So the question is what?
But we are not directly serving meat and everything, but we are
we
helping
work for
them to. We are working for
That's
them.
why you have to give 50%.
New project. 50% in new project.
Seriously, this is how you purify. You know what? You work here, 40% is tax.
Yes, Maharaj.
So who do you work for? The crooked government. I'm sorry, all of them are crooked. They're not Krishna conscious. They allow all the illicit activities. They know what's going on, isn't it? The police, you think they don't know what's going on? They know what's going on. They know who are the criminals. So you're paying for them your tax. You work almost 50% for them. So why not whatever is remaining, give to Krishna? How much is the VAT here? 20%? 23? Oh, Krishna.
23.5.
Okay, 0.5. So who do you work for? You better work for Krishna, isn't it? So you're being squeezed. You work hard. Yeah, sugar cane. You work so hard. Who do you work for? If you don't work for Krishna, you work for Maya. Then more karma. Then more repeated birth and death. And devotees can see this. The non-devotees, they think they can enjoy, but they're not really enjoying. They only work for the weekends. Then Monday starts. Oh, it was an Irish band who has a song, I Hate Mondays. And thank God it's Friday. Right? Just think about it. So make a plan that someday you will retire. And that's not really retirement. No more work. You earn enough money. That's why one devotee was telling me, he knows that 40% of his money is being taken by the government. So he would put his money to his pension plan. Because when you put your money in the pension plan, they don't tax you. Right? And then when you retire, no one will take it. That's yours. And once you retire, you get the money and go back to India. You retire in the holy dham. You retire either in Mayapur or Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan. That's it. Are you expecting to stay here in Dublin for the rest of your life till you really get old and you cannot see and no. You have to find a solution from the suffering of repeated birth and death. Yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna Swamiji. You're mentioning of Vrindavan, difference between cultivating bhakti in Vrindavan versus outside Vrindavan.
Nothing. There's no difference. Vrindavan is your consciousness. You can be in Vrindavan and thinking of Mumbai. You can be in Dublin and thinking of Vrindavan. Vrindavan means service mood. If you're in the service mood, favorable service attitude, you are in Vrindavan. Anywhere you are, everywhere devotee is, anywhere that is Vrindavan. But of course, when you go to the place Boma Vrindavan, everything is easy. It's easy to chant, it's easy to remember Krishna, it's easy to know that you are in a very holy place. But if you live in Dublin and you're engaged in some service, some capacity or other, you're also in Vrindavan. But your spiritual energy also sometimes it get depleted. So once in a while, at least once a year, go to the holy dham and recharge your spiritual battery. Then when you come back here, you're energized, ready to tackle again. Because Maya, as soon as we step out of here, it's Maya's kingdom now. Here, we don't even think about what's going on outside, isn't it? We're absorbed in hearing. But as soon as you step out there, that's why you have to control your senses. Control your sight, sense of sight, especially. There is what you call monkey see, monkey do. Yeah. Just when you go out there, you just have to realize that this is material energy. This is part of the kingdom of God. And the living entities out there, the human beings, they're all conditioned souls. They're all suffering. So try to remedy their suffering. Try to be engaged in Krishna consciousness. And if you can help them, distribute books, join the Harinam. We have Harinam here, right?
Yes.
Fridays
Saturday.
or Saturday. Oh, that was yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Maybe next Wednesday as well, before the class.
Okay, yeah, before the class we can go on Harinam. We can flood.
Yes.
Yes, with Harinam. Who wants to come on Wednesday Harinam? Okay, don't miss your work though. You have to go to work.
I'll write the names of all those. Oh, I'll make a video.
No.
Who's saying yes.
What
Yes.
time? Manu Prabhu, what time we'll go? 4 o'clock?
Yes.
We'll go 4 o'clock on Wednesday, Maha Harinam, okay? Raise your hands. Hey, you're not coming?
I have to see.
Okay.
Promise you, but only.
All right.
I'll match all the faces.
Okay, yes. This is how we can purify the place. Dublin can be also a Vrindavan. It depends on our outlook. It depends on how we see things. Yeah. Any other points or comments? By the way, I wrote 2 books. This is a compilation of the teachings of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and our Guru Maharaj. We just observed his 2nd anniversary disappearance a few days ago before coming here. That was on the 14th. And based from my lectures, so there was a group of devotees who compiled all of this. This is a message for the soul. And there's the other one. Where's the other one, Prabhu? Can you help me? Mission of Compassion. It's over here. It's right here. Mission of Compassion. This one here. The spiritual movement of our age. So nobody in ISKCON, in the history of ISKCON yet, had this kind of concept, what we did. 3 teachers, Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, and myself, different topics, and we all say the same thing. It's aligned in the same thing. Usually, if someone writes, only one author, but here, very special. We're just asking for a small donation. You can have it, and I will sign it as you like. Okay, we stop here now. Thank you all very much for your kind attention. And what else can I say? Thank you very much for everything. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Go Shitana Premanandi Hari Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Dhanyavad.